Oh, no. Bollocks.
Matthew.
Leslie.
Hey. Hi, Karen.
Hiya.
Chris.
Hi, Leslie. How are you?
Hey. Okay. Hey,
Hey,
Target.
Leslie, how you doing?
Good. How you? Hey.
I'm doing good. A shame you don't have a flight tool I could
Hi,
steal.
Mark. Say what? Oh, yeah.
I guess Mark didn't quite get the new template in time. We're planning on debuting
Yeah.
it last I heard today. Kind of like
Oh. I miss Lance. I'm stealing
he
his
hasn't
seat.
been able to, yeah, he hasn't been able to make it in much lately. So.
Yeah, I know. He's having personal issues, unfortunately. That's okay. I'll keep his seat warm.
There you go. We'll have a new seat before long. Way so.
You guys, usually I hear music. Do you guys hear music?
No,
I'm not hearing it right now too. I was wondering that myself. So
maybe now.
Yeah.
forward to seeing it.
Okay. There's no news and updates without technical issues, so apologies. Well is unable to come in. She's having some technical issues of herself. So, welcome back, everyone, to News and Updates. This is our 202nd episode. What do you think of the video tease of our new studio? Isn't that awesome?
Yes,
Karen?
big teaser for next week. So we hope to see everybody here next week. And it's so nice. Some of you I haven't seen in like over a month. So welcome back, everybody, to News and Updates. I can't wait to see Mark's studio. He has worked overtime on it to step up the show and make it easier for you to enjoy it and for us to produce it. And we're all going to get to see it next week at our 4-year anniversary. So kudos to you, Mark. And also, Mark had to step up to the podium here because Laurel's having technical issues. So last minute, nice job, Mark. Thank you.
Yes, rushing in. So, since 2018, News and Updates has been here every Saturday to bring you the news you need to know to help you understand the past week in Space VR and the metaverse. And to prepare yourself for the weeks ahead, we do this for you, our audience. You are the reason we come back every week to discuss the latest news from around the Space VR community, as well as updating you all on world building, technology, headsets, and the metaverse in general.
We bring you the news you need to know to help you get the most out of this popular adult events platform and also to thrive in the metaverse. The past 2 years have been game changing, and we are anticipating even more changes coming here in AltSpace VR, as well as the metaverse in general. We're here to keep you updated on all of it.
Indeed. So, we've just finished a month's break for August to get the new studio in order and work on more exciting changes, hopefully coming to you as we move closer and closer to our anniversary show next week. You will not want to miss that.
No, you sure won't. And you know, it's a full-time job here. We're members of this community just as you are. And we love this community. It's one of the best in the metaverse, right?
Now, we do not work for Space VR. We're not employees. We are volunteers under my supervision, who bosses Laurel and Karen around, normally behind the scenes, just to ensure they stay on track. You know, being on the stage, I did mess up that bit. I did. So you want to start with the last part of that section?
Okay, I'm lost, Mark. Where am I?
The last part before what we're going to talk about. So excited.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yes.
All right. We are really, really excited. We have a month's worth of news to catch you up on. But first, we'd like to pay tribute to Queen Elizabeth before we get to the AltSpace VR news.
So, the world is in mourning and celebration after the death of Queen Elizabeth on Thursday. And, of course, the crowning of King Charles III in the United Kingdom. We mourn the loss of the longest reigning monarch in history and celebrate her amazing life as a world leader and witness to multiple wars. Government leadership changes and the rise of the world from industrial to technological, all while maintaining grace and poise that inspired many.
The Queen reigned over 32 sovereign states and nations, including Canada, India, Australia, and parts of South America and Africa. Many felt a deep and personal connection to her, even though they never knew her personally, living vicariously through her triumphs and losses. She stepped into the role as queen after the abdication of her uncle and the death of her father in 1952.
While she oversaw great advances in technology, many think that she didn't embrace much of it. We've learned that she was actually pretty fierce on the Wii. She and her great grandchildren would often have too much fun challenging each other to games and sports. Love it.
We all join in honoring her life and legacy and wishing her son Charles best wishes as he begins by being the oldest person to assume the British throne. We also send our best wishes and hopes to all under the UK flag with a new king and prime minister. Altspace VR's Twitter account is honoring world builders with a new creator spotlight. Yesterday, Pearl Pospiech was honored, saying, "I love creating content for this platform and then being able to experience it with others." She says her experience in Altspace VR has been fantastic. That is excellent. Glad to have you in our community, Pearl.
Now, our beloved Faye, Longtime Community Support Tech, or CST, was honoured this week by Alex Kipman, highlighting her new AI art world here in Altspace. Faye used the AI generator called Midjourney to create this fun and imaginative art and placed it in a beautiful world with images everywhere. A great inspiration. Check out AI Love You Art Gallery by Faye. We shared the link in our News and Updates Discord.
Saturday Night Live's Kenan Thompson has partnered up with the popular comedy show here in Altspace VR, Failed to Render, to help him find the next big name in comedy for his Ultimate Comedy Experience competition. Check out the article in our News and Updates Discord for more information and how you might be the next big comedian.
Now, FanCon XR is September 24th and will be held here in Altspace. This fan-based comic convention features expert artists, publishers, writers, and creatives from the global world of comic books. The event is free and open to the public.
An article on GeekWire recently reported that Microsoft's annual Form 10K report to the Securities and Exchange Commission included a dramatic change in the description of their purpose, using the term metaverse.
The new phase states we are enabling metaverse experiences at all layers of our stack. So customers can more effectively model, automate, simulate, and predict changes within their industrial environments. Feel a greater sense of presence in the new world of hybrid work and create custom immersive worlds to enable new opportunities for connection and experimentation.
The Embracing Our Future section of the 10K has evolved over the years, but this is the first time it is alluded to the metaverse as part of its foundation. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella says he and his team agonize over every comma to make it clear to people inside and outside of the company what their mindset and focus should be. And AltSpace VR is a critical part of that definition.
For those who film here in AltSpace VR using OBS, which is considered the best method, OBS Studio 28 was released on September 3rd, and it is a huge update. We don't have time to go into all the details, but you can learn more on our News and Updates Discord. But it supports HDR and 10-bit color for Windows with limited support for Mac. It features a huge UI framework update to make it easier to use the power features, application-specific audio capture in Windows. That is essential for AltSpace VR video capture, integrated NVIDIA background removal for Windows, and automatically splitting recordings by time or file size, which is very exciting.
Now, the update comes with a warning. Right now, Elgato Stream Deck users need to be careful upgrading to OBS Studio 28, as there is a known bug that impacts the Stream Deck OBS plugins. I'm eager for the new OBS, and I know that, or I think that Laurel and Mark own and use a Stream Deck. So we're all watching this to see when the kinks will be fixed and they can update.
Laurel certainly does. I do not.
Okay.
But I've seen articles on the web that like YouTube videos saying how you can fix it yourself instead of OBS fixing it. So hopefully OBS will fix this in a patch.
Hopefully so. We'll be waiting eagerly to see that. Well, now on to some fun stuff. You've missed this, haven't you? Our fun stuff?
Yes, we have. We have two bits of fun to share with you. So first, we've learned this month about virtual water.
Virtual water, Mark? Like in world building? Making lakes, oceans, beaches, waterfalls, and stuff like that?
No. Virtual water is a technical reference in the retail and services economy. It is often called embedded water or direct water.
Okay, Mark, you've confused me. Are you saying that this is mixed reality water?
No, no. Virtual water is virtual water is water used in the hidden process, product or service that goes into its manufacturing and delivery to the customer. In the business world, direct water is water that is seen, felt, and used in a given time to produce an item or service.
Ah, okay. So direct water is real water, not virtual water, right?
Yes. So let's make this easier. To cook pasta, you boil it in water. That's direct water.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
Okay. However, to make the pasta, it involved a ton of water mixed with flour and other ingredients, right? That's another form of direct water, as it is directly involved. What virtual water counts is the water used to make the fuel for the machines to harvest the wheat, grow the wheat, and generate the electricity to run the whole show.
Ah, it's the water you don't see when you get the package of pasta that goes into making the pasta.
Yes, exactly. Water is used on making the packaging and materials too. We found it fascinating that there's a whole specialty that explores what is called the water footprint network, or of direct and virtual water. Every usage of water goes into making anything and how that usage is incorporated into the costs or not.
I see. Honestly, it is the virtual water that is consumed and accessed in the process that is impacted by the ongoing drought and bad weather conditions brought about by climate change. So that's why it's important to measure and account for the water and figure out ways to conserve that water, right, Mark?
Exactly. Water is used everywhere, including here in AltSpace VR.
Water goes into AltSpace VR?
Well, the server chips, computers, and server farms all use virtual water in their manufacturing and running. Many of our own gaming computers, for those using Terid headsets, use water cooling systems too. But we don't have time to go into all the calculations, but we learned that 133 billion gallons per day are used to generate electricity just in the United States.
Wow, that's a ton of water, virtual or otherwise.
Yes, a typical data center virtual water usage is very hard to estimate, and we don't know how much data center work goes into supporting AltSpace. We found that estimates are that a typical data center consumes 100 to 500 million gallons of water a year. Likely more. Water access will seriously impact where new data centers will be located in the future and which current data centers will survive as reservoir water levels and rivers are drying up. Just a little education for you today, so leave you a little more aware when you pour your next glass of water.
Wow, very interesting, Mark. Thanks for sharing that with us. It's especially relevant to those of us here in California too, because we're experiencing a pretty bad drought here. Well,
Yes.
on a totally different subject, we wanted to highlight the United States' new emergency phone number for their National Suicide Prevention Line. It's 988.
Karen, thank you for bringing that up. Unfortunately, we've lost members of our AltSpace community over the years to suicide, so this is important to so many of us.
Unfortunately, too, many people do not know the phone number 988 yet. So we were delighted when a farm near Portland, Oregon, turned their corn maze into a suicide prevention awareness campaign.
Corn maze? Oh, we do love our mazes here in AltSpace VR.
We sure do, which is why this caught our eye. The corn maze is on a Sahi Island farm called Bella Organic, a popular corn maze during the Halloween season. They've patterned the maze to include dial 988 into the middle of it, viewable by air, and it's creating quite a bit of attention.
Wonderful. And it is so needed.
It sure is. And also, the farm announced that it'll donate up to $10,000 to a nonprofit that benefits mental health issues and is asking visitors to the farm to donate even more to raise that number. That is so wonderful.
Thank you so much, Karen, for bringing that up. And many of us have been touched by suicide. So please, if you know of someone considering it, or if you are considering it yourself, know that in the US, the number is 988. In the UK, there isn't yet a single number, and Canada should have their 3-digit suicide prevention number next year. Check your National Suicide Prevention Organisation for their number and keep it handy. You never know who you might save.
So true, Mark. Back to AltSpace VR news. A couple of weeks ago, Heroku announced that it will no longer offer free access to its popular server, which is used by so many world builders for MRE and other programming projects. The lowest price level is $7 USD or euros and 6 British pounds a month, which is about equivalent to a Burger King single meal. The free access will be switched off November 1st, so there's still time to make a decision.
The Educators in VR MRE team has been researching options and alternatives. Microsoft teamed up with Azure as its cloud partner this past month to support real-time 3D technology projects, which may include AltSpace VR, but does nothing for us users yet. It might in the future, but alternatives include Azure, Amazon Web Services, Node.js, Vercel, and Silic.sh. Though other companies may step up. We will keep an eye on this, and we would love to know if you are going to stay with Heroku or where you will switch your MRE support.
When you make the switch, the link to your MRE will change, and everyone with access needs to be informed. For example, it may change from mymre.herokuapp.com to mymre.azure.com, or whatever the domain name will be for the new server location.
For example, Ancient, I want to say, is moving his popular Stargate MRE to his innovative self-created server on his Android tablet, breaking all the rules as usual. The link will change for the MRE. That is a featured MRE, so the URL must be changed in the Altspace world editor. As an example, all users of MREs that change their link addresses will need to be updated in Old World 2.
Those of you who are in the hallway, come on in. There's plenty of seats for you. And welcome to News and Updates. So we have been waiting. Blender 3.3 was released this past week, and it is very sweet. It includes improvements to Blender's animation, modeling, rigging pipelines, grease pencil, geometry nodes, workflow cycles, and so much more.
It is faster, has improved rendering and performance, and so much more. Check out the announcement in our News and Updates world building channel, which is new. We've just added that
Thank you,
recently.
Mark. Mark just created that for us. See, that News and Updates, that whole server is worth checking out because at this time, with the way the metaverse is going, Mark, everybody really needs to keep up to date. And Mark has it right there in the News and Updates here every Saturday and in the server as well. So in the middle of August, Altspace VR removed the featured world menu from the Altspace VR website. When world building went back under beta in 2019, this tab was added to the menus on the website and in world, showcase vetted worlds as examples. It was meant to only be a temporary fix.
The newer popular tab often contains the featured worlds, sometimes to be detriment of those eager to get their newer worlds on the list. With changes to the staffing within Altspace VR and Microsoft, with Alex Kipman leaving the company, staff are being moved throughout the mixed reality divisions, which may explain the change. Now, if you are looking to explore strange new worlds and civilizations, check the popular tab, or just do a search on the website and mark them as favorite and go exploring.
The Metaverse for SDGs Global XR and Prize Competition from the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals Project was announced earlier this year. And it is supported by Educators in VR, Virtual World Society, and many others who've partnered up for this exciting world-building project.
Teams from around the world will be competing to build immersive, interactive environments to inspire empathy, education, and awareness around one of the 17 UN SDGs Sustainable Development Goals with cash prizes. Teams are forming all around the Altspace community. If you aren't part of a team, there's still time to join one or start your own. Check our News and Updates Discord for more information.
Okay, world builders, get ready. The Educators in VR world building team and Altspace VR community world builders are getting ready to dazzle everyone with their upcoming Halloween Fright Night and World Maze annual event in November. Yay! Can't wait for that.
Also, December is our annual community holiday storytelling and World Tour event. If you wish to participate in any of these, please let us know. We want this year to be better than the previous years, and that's a high bar to move.
Indeed. Mark, weren't you one of the first ones to read a story for the holiday, like back in 2019 or something like that?
Yes.
I
Yes,
remember. Yes,
I was the Polar Express. I was
that's right.
reading the Polar Express.
Wow. Come a long
Yes.
way since then. So you were a trailblazer back then.
Oh yes, yeah. It's gotten better since then. So yeah.
No, I don't think so. No, those were great early days. Oh, wonderful. So the MRE meetup is working on an amazing schedule of events this year, starting with the challenges associated with the changes in Heroku pricing. The meetups are the second and fourth Wednesdays of the month, so add them to your schedule and don't miss them.
When people share their inner passions and art, it is a moment of joy. So no matter what you wish to create here, there is no reason to copy. Create your own. Parody or solely emulate, sure, but let's see your imagination shine as you make your worlds and events your own.
It's time now to talk tech and hardware. We love our VR hardware and accessories, don't we?
Even though the biggest headache, yes. So, the biggest headache this past month continues with Quest users, as they have to switch their Quest accounts from Facebook accounts to a Meta account. Anyway, you literally have to decouple your Quest from your Facebook profile and create a new one. This should be simple, but be aware that this applies to all parent, child, and secondary accounts.
To start the process, go to meta.com/web setup on your phone or computer once you've logged into your Facebook account. It will ask you if you want to set up your Meta account using your Facebook account or an email address. If you choose Facebook, it will link your Meta and Facebook accounts and some social features. If not, you'll have to use an email and new password to log into your Meta account. Now, I did mine within the headset, and it seemed like an easier process than that, but not sure.
I did buy the Quest 2 a couple of weeks, and then I can't remember. I think I had a bit of trouble with it really, but you may switch your accounts at any time. If you go into a Verizon, you'll have to set up a Verizon account, or at least set the privacy setting to set who will see your activity and active status within that app. There will be, of course, some back and forth for verification, but once done, it should be fine.
In July, Meta increased their price by $100 for the Quest 2. And they announced this week that they're increasing their default refresh rate to 120 hertz. Right now, the default is 72 hertz. Not sure exactly when, but likely the switch will happen in the next week or two.
Exciting. Connect Dev conference for Facebook Meta is scheduled for October 11th. Meta says it will announce and release the Cambria project headset, now called Meta Quest Pro. The Pro headset is not for typical consumers. The $800 VR headset includes mixed reality capabilities and is designed for corporate enterprise users, what they are calling prosumers and developers.
Meta was originally going to launch the Quest Pro early next year, but it appears that the release of the new consumer Pico VR headset caught their attention and they moved up release. Competition is great for the end user.
Speaking of which, Pico has announced their new consumer at Gamescom in Germany a couple of weeks ago. Priced at about £399 British pounds, euros, and US dollars, the new Pico is targeted directly to potential Quest users. It features a Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 chipset, 120 Hz ultra high refresh rate, 6 degrees of freedom, and 2-in-1 switching for 4K ultra high resolutions when linked to a PC, and much more. Best of all, it comes with a more comfortable head strap, a link cable, and new ergonomic controllers, all including no need to buy them separately as you do with the Quest.
And better yet, it's free of the Facebook ecosystem. Pico states that the headset itself will not collect personal and private data, which allows you to have a little more control over your data usage. But of course, the apps you use might collect information. The reviews so far of the new Pico are very exciting. So if you're debating purchasing a Quest 2, consider holding off just a bit. It should be showing up on Best Buy and other stores soon.
Pico says that that most major VR apps and games are available for Pico, and Altspace is working on a mod to allow access soon, scheduled tentatively for the first of the year.
Okay, let's now explore some news from in and around the metaverse. News you need to know as it impacts so many of us.
Google is bringing immersive stream for XR to AR and VR headsets to allow for interactive 3D and AR experiences on mobile phones as well as headsets. They begin with the new immersive view in Google Maps and are expanding the service to allow all users to have an immersive, interactive, and photorealistic experience without downloading an app. We're keeping an eye on this new technology.
Sounds interesting, doesn't it, Mark?
I've seen pictures of the Google Maps, and that looks awesome.
Wow, I can't wait to see that. Well, you know, you guys, we love it when VR comes to the real world. In Tokyo, people have been dazzled by a 3D billboard featuring Pokemon characters. The 2-story curved screen reaches around the corner of the building and creates anamorphic optical illusions that appear to jump right off the screen. What fun!
Well, I've seen videos of these on YouTube, and they are amazing.
Oh.
Even though it's from a mobile phone, you see this train just looks like just coming out of the building. It's absolutely amazing.
Oh.
Now, gamers, get excited. Somewhat. Halo VR multiplayer is unofficially coming to the Quest 2 with a copy of Contractors. You may add Halo VR to your collection of games and keep the warfare going. If you have been waiting for this, check it out. This Halo VR mod looks amazing.
Jeremy Ballianson, who is the director and professor at Stanford University's Virtual Reality Lab, spoke this past week with the Ghost House and talked about how his company, Sty VR, has trained more than 1 million Walmart employees in VR as part of their job training. We've shared the podcast link with you on our News and Updates Discord, and it's definitely worth a listen. We love news like this.
London's Film Festival announced a spectacular immersive art and extended realities lineup for their October 5th to the 16th festival. It will feature an interactive VR, screen-based installations, AR, mixed reality, and immersive audio experiences and live performance at London's South Bank.
The highlight is the world premiere of Guy Maddin's Haunted Hotel, a melodrama in augmented reality. If you live in and around the London area, please check it out and report back. It sounds amazing. Are you planning on going to that, Mark?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh,
No time
well,
off
if you
work. this week.
know, if you know anybody that does, we'd love to have a firsthand
Oh,
report.
yes. Yes, we'd love to know.
Mhm.
So, speaking of big conferences, Microsoft Ignite is back in October with virtual and online, and finally an in-person conference with a limited number of attendees. The event is October 12th to the 14th in Seattle. In the past, they have hosted private and public events in Altspace.
Microsoft Ignite is a huge conference for developers and IT professionals, and they often make huge announcements like they did a few years ago with Microsoft Mesh and Azure Anchor Points to take Altspace VR into the world of mixed reality and the future. We'll be covering more on this in upcoming shows. Okay, it's time now for our quick Discord tip of the week. Discord is our back channel communications tool used by Altspace VR and events and groups all across the Altspace VR community.
Yes, Discord continues to upgrade to improve the handling of scams, spams, and scammers. Just as hackers have looked at the web, software, and hardware as challenges to their ability to hack and waste people's time and money, Discord's growing influence as a social media communications platform is attracting their attention.
Discord's new auto mod and security improvements continue to be updated to block password and credit card scams and hackers. But they're taking it even further to protect younger users from "I just want to be your friend" scams. No matter how much Discord and social media warns people about it, though, people still fall for it, don't they, Mark?
Unfortunately, yes. So, while Discord does what it can to protect us from each other's evil ways, there is only so much they can do. So please don't accept friend invites from people you don't know. Check to see if they share a server with you, and chat with them there publicly to get to know them better. Don't click a link you don't recognize, even to a Discord server that sounds fun. Check first, and never scan a QR code from someone you do not know. Play smart and safe.
And report. If you are a Discord server owner or moderator, help report nefarious attacks so Discord can improve their defenses. For those of us hosting events and world building projects with Discord servers, we love Discord and support it fully. It is essential for our Altspace VR community to stay in touch outside of VR.
And remember, if you have a Discord tip you would like to share with us, please let us know or share it on our News and Updates Discord.
It's time to review now just a few of the more than 300 VR events here in Altspace this coming week and beyond.
August was filled with some major events in Altspace VR, including Burning Man, held also in the real-world location after 2 years being completely online. The VR version continues to be popular, allowing people to access the event from around the world and share the experience.
Burning Man included a Desert Arts preview show, live stream from the Black Rock City events, and other special presentations, bringing thousands of people into Altspace. While the events and the real-world experience were highly praised, as many artists have been working on their projects through the pandemic, the closing of the real-world event was marred by frustration, by garbage left behind, and people stuck in the desert with a traffic jam that lasted well over 8 hours. Not a problem we have to deal with in VR, right?
Mm-mm. Now, so tomorrow is 9/11, a memorial honouring the lives lost and horrors of September 11th, 2001, when planes were used to terrorise the United States. The National Stair Climb started a few years ago to honour the 343 New York firefighters who lost their lives in the Twin Towers. There's a virtual event tomorrow to climb the 110 floors of virtual stairs, representing the Twin Towers to bring awareness and tribute to the lost souls. Throughout the day, there are other memorial service events, so check them out as we remember the tragedy that impacted so many of us around the world.
And today I had the pleasure of visiting a very special tribute to 9/11 World by my friend Kurt, who is way over in the front row on the left-hand side with the blonde hair. He did just a fantastic job on it. It's really breathtaking. So if you have an opportunity, go and visit it. We have a little informal tour every Sunday night at 5:30, between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll be visiting that world tomorrow. Any of you are welcome to join us there. So tonight is the full moon party dance at Stonehenge with Pagans in VR. It's a great opportunity to dance the night away and make some magic with friends.
Are you a Star Trek fan? Have you checked out the Star Trek community here in Oxford VR? Now, a few days ago was the official Star Trek Day to honor the more than 50 years of infinite diversity in infinite combinations with the dream of the fictional Federation realized. The Star Trek community is very active and supports a wide range of events and projects. Even if you are a slight fan, you will find plenty to do and enjoy.
Turbo's Caregiver Connection meets Sundays to help support those who are or soon will be providing caregiver support to loved ones. This is becoming more and more common. So this support group is a great opportunity to connect with others, giving so much to ensure the well-being of family and friends.
Vitality Reawakened started here in Artspace VR a few months ago, and it continues to thrive with powerful discussions, topics, speakers, and events that support positive well-being, mental and physical health, and just fun. Check out the events throughout the week to learn more and get more involved.
Educators in VR is exploring the potential for education in the metaverse for learning. It is also preparing you and your students for jobs in the metaverse. Check it out on Tuesday.
It's story time with Stevie on Tuesday for those who love being read to. He picks a story suggested by fans or reads one of his favourites to help you relax and enjoy these classical stories.
Harlem Filmhouse Metaverse is hosting the Metafilm Work session on how to film in the metaverse on Tuesday. They'll be exploring how to create compelling narratives, videos, films, and even a career as a metaverse filmmaker.
Wednesday and Thursday is the Educators in VR Univirtual Experience Conference for their Spanish multicultural team for 2 days. The conference will feature leading experts, academics, researchers, and businesses in innovating XR immersive education in Latin America, South America, Mexico, and Spain, impacting the XR education industry globally. All events are free and open to the public, and in Spanish, we are so excited about this Spanish speaking educational event and highlighting the amazing work so many are doing.
On Wednesday, VRM Reality Innovators Network is hosting an event exploring music making and development in the metaverse, entertaining and demonstrating the potential for immersive music and technology.
The Educators in VR research team is hosting a new event on Thursday to specifically address how to research in and with VR. It will explore how to measure and collect research data, including the use of biometric data collection, such as hand and body tracking, eye tracking, and heat mapping, and more. If you've wondered about how research happens with VR, or considering a research project for your own development or school project, check this out on Thursday.
Educators in VR's cyberbullying team is renaming themselves the Metaverse Ethics Team to explore the standards, principles, and laws arising from crimes and challenges to personal safety with the evolution of the metaverse. Their next event is on Thursday, right after the research event. They'll be exploring VR reliability, waivers, guides, and permissions for VR educational, social, and entertainment events. If you're considering adding a code of conduct or guides to your events, this is the event you don't want to miss.
Thursday, Simulation Nation talks to Angelic Healing, the group of gifted healers finding a home here in Oxpace VR to use their abilities to spread positivity and wellness.
Next Saturday, Educators in VR is excited to announce another multicultural team hosting events on XR immersive education in their language. The Chinese team will be hosting their first gathering to connect with other Mandarin speakers to discuss how they're using VR, AR, and XR technology in the classroom and beyond. Like the other Educators in VR multicultural teams, this isn't a language class, but it's an opportunity to connect fluent speakers to discuss education in XR. If you know of someone enthusiastic about XR education who speaks Chinese, help spread the word.
There are so many events coming up this fall you do not want to miss. It is likely that there will be live streaming or complimentary events for Meta's Connect event in October, and we'll be keeping an eye out for those events and report on them to you.
Girls STEAM Institute's International Business Team Challenge for high school age girls is October 8th through 9th here in AltSpace. And it brings together a global group of girls to develop a technology business plan to solve climate change issues. The two-day workshop will also feature business leaders from around the world discussing leadership challenges and how to help the next generation make our world a better, unified place.
We have Cyberbullying Month for October with events every week that explore different discussion points and special speakers on policing the metaverse, self-protection, reporting on harassment and attacks, event hosting and moderation in VR, ethics, morals, and more.
October is Halloween. Woo! What did I do on that, Mark? I'm not Laurel.
Unfortunately, I
Anyway,
ain't got my voice mod, so I can't do Mr. Wall.
oh, you do it pretty well in Murder 4, my friend. Anyway, there you go. Do it again, Mark. Again. Awesome. Thank you, Mark. I love it. Oh, Laurel will be proud of you. And maybe me too if I'm lucky. Anyway, October's Halloween month, and we have a ton of events, including the annual AltSpace VR Community Halloween Maze and Fright Night events.
Educators in VR Theatre team will be hosting their Universal Experience Conference also in October, exploring AltSpace VR and other platforms as theatre spaces and featuring experts in metaverse theatre production and stage entertaining and acting.
December is the AltSpace VR Community Holiday Storytelling Events and World Tours of Holiday Worlds, as we fill AltSpace with holiday season stories from around the world in beautiful and contemporary virtual worlds. Volunteers and world builders, you are needed to help make these community events a success.
Yeah, even with a rocky start at the beginning, as we come back after a long month, that is all for this week's news and updates. Thank you for joining us here every week and for celebrating almost 4 years of news and updates. We can't wait for you all to see our updated studio and fresh news and updates experience next week. I have already hinted to Dargon, and you've already seen it in the
Vegged
video.
out there for a second, Mark. You want to start over that part of with the hinting part?
Right. So I have already hinted to Dargon And you've also seen it in the video that he will be able to enjoy the show without dealing with Lance's head being in the way. So we have that to look forward to, this month. So I hope you enjoy it. I can't
It'll
wait for you
be
to see
worth it'll be worth the wait for sure.
it.
And before we do the last little bits here, I just want to let you know how much that I appreciate Mark and everything he does here, because this was difficult today. Mark works behind the scenes and he keeps everything running smoothly, and he had to come up here and take Laurel's place. In addition to, and Mark, I'm going to forget something, but he live streams it to YouTube. He has to watch all the YouTube comments so he can include somebody if they ask a question or make a comment. He also has to change the slides, for every little bit that we talk about. What else did I miss, Mark?
Ooh, I think you've probably got it.
Oh, and you have to take Laurel's place on top of that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's give some
No,
applause there.
No,
to Mark.
I bought myself a, you know what? I bought myself a new monitor. I thought it was going to be absolutely brilliant. It'd be nice, and no.
So
I've
thank
got
you,
this
Mark.
great big screen in front of me. It's covering most of everything, so I've got to try and figure out how to condense that down.
Yeah, so he's doing all those other things, plus he's got a new piece of technology to deal with. You are the man,
Oh,
Mark. Thank you.
We all love our tech. Come on.
So anyway, we do this for you every Saturday to help you be a better formed community. We have some fun events coming up soon, so keep an eye on our Discord and news and updates channel here in Altspace VR for updates, and do not miss next week as the new studio will be unveiled.
We live stream the news on to YouTube and Twitch every week, and you can catch up with our past episodes and more about Altspace VR events, project news, and community activities as well in our news and updates Discord.
This is a labor of love, and we love our volunteer team members who help us gather the news as reporters, moderators, and help us put this show together every week.
We do this for you for free. We are not Altspace employees. Our team works hard each week to gather the news and information to help our community help keep up with everything going on here in Altspace VR.
If you would like to join the news and updates team, please let us know after the show. Mark will be your boss, so watch out. No, I'm just kidding. Well, he will be your boss, so yes, you better watch out.
I'll have to get my whip out.
This is your show as much as ours, and we would love for you to be a part of it.
Yes, thanks to all our news and updates volunteers and moderators who help make this event such a success.
Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of our Russian and Ukrainian friends and community members who have been suffering this week. We are with you. Stand tough, stand up, and most of all, in these uncertain times, please, please be safe wherever you are in the world. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Karen.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Matthew.
Hans.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you, all you guys who came to support us here today and for the news and updates. Thank you so much.